We're currently here at Flinders University Stadium in Noarlunga, home to the South Adelaide Panthers, and today we'll be visiting all 10 SANFL football clubs. Let's go. Starting at 9 AM, we will journey north, stopping at each club where we must take a photo with the team logo until reaching Central Districts. We've given ourselves 6 hours. Can we make it there by 3 PM? First club. What a way to start. Before today, we've tried to do a little bit of research on each of the clubs. South Adelaide being one of the oldest, established in 1876, one of the original SANFL clubs, them and Port Adelaide. 11 flags, most recent coming in 1964, I believe. So a bit of a drought there. Turns out they only moved to this oval in 1995. Prior to that, they played Adelaide Oval, Kensington and Jubilee. So they finally kind of moved down south and have their home ground. We found out as well that they had a record crowd here of over 10,000 for their first game back in '95. Players that are now currently playing in the AFL that used to play for South Adelaide, Caleb Daniel and Bo McCreary. We are a little bit behind schedule. It is currently 10:17, but we'll just have to maybe spend 15 minutes at each club for the next couple and we'll make our way back on time. Second club on the list, Glenelg Football Club. Let's go. So the club was established in 1920. First year in the SANFL, 1921. So we've got every player. Wonder how many games he played here. Here's Lockie Neal. Player 1005, debuted in 2011. Oh, here he is. Here's Rioli, number 1060. All right, we're gonna get our photo. Got the emblem up here on the change rooms. It's an interesting fact. Glenelg hold the highest ever SANFL score of 317. He kicked 49 goals that game. Peter Carey is the games record holder with 423. He played in the 70s and 80s. That's all I got for you. Next club. We're in the middle of suburbia now, heading to West Adelaide. So here we go, West Adelaide Footy Club. Not bad. We'll get the photo. All right, let's move on. It's a bit more enclosed than I thought. A bit like Glenelg in that sense. The change rooms underneath, they got the gates here coming out onto the oval. They were established in 1892. He then played in the Adelaide and Suburban Association before coming into the SANFL. They won the premiership in that league in 1895 and 1896, and then were able to play in the SANFL. We haven't seen really any kind of monuments or statues or plaques or anything about players or coaches or whatnot, but some notable players for West Adelaide is Will Day from Hawthorn. Rory Laird's probably the biggest name from current AFL players. And also Isaac Rankin, which didn't know he played for West Adelaide, but you can imagine him out here in the pockets. We're still behind time. It's 11:50. We're about half an hour behind where we want to be. We've made it to Unley Oval, as you can see. As we saw, walking past some of the signs, established in 1901. So one of the longest clubs in the SANFL. They've won 15 flags, most recent one being in 2017. And they got a record actually, biggest crowd ever, 66,000, 1976 I believe, against Port Adelaide. So this is the new grandstand, I suppose. We couldn't get down to the picket fence to see some of the players' names, but Charlie Ballard used to play here, Jordan Dawson, captain of the Crows, and Brodie Grundy. Okay, we're good. Next club. We'll get the photo and then we'll probably go in that way. So here we are, inside Norwood Oval, Cooper's Stadium. Obviously they're playing Gather Round again here this year, so they're getting the oval ready. Established 1878. Joined the SANFL the same year. One of the more successful clubs in the SANFL, won 31 premierships. Big rivalry against Port Adelaide, a lot of grand finals there, Port Adelaide, Norwood. So yeah, obviously they're quite well established and a lot of grandstand space. Here we've got the change rooms in under the grandstand and the race down here. On our way to North Adelaide, Some notable players though that play for Norwood currently in the AFL. We've got Harrison Petty and James Aish. And here we are, Prospect Oval, North Adelaide. North Adelaide were established in 1881. They then joined the SANFL in 1888. They originally were actually named Medindi, but then they changed names because they finally got some backing from the North Adelaide community. As we saw there, 14 flags, last one in 2018.
The 2018 SANFL Premiers, North Adelaide.
Again, we've got the players' plaques. Yeah, Connor Rosie played for him, Jack Graham, and even Jack Viney. On our way to Woodville-West Torrens. First things first, I think we go get a pick. Touched it. Let's check out the joint. Originally, Woodville and West Torrens were two different teams. They merged back in 1990. The Crows kind of had their admission into the AFL around that time. So I think the two clubs suffered a little bit because of that, maybe lost a few players. Ever since then, they won 5 flags, the most recent back in 2021. And some notable players that are currently playing in the AFL, Jack Lukosius and Brodie Smith. On to the next. We're here, we made it to the Crows. Here we are with the one with the Camry. We found out yesterday that it's apparently photo day today for the Crows. So there's probably a bunch of AFL players around the place. So we're just gonna have a bit of a look around. For those of you who don't know, Adelaide still occupy what's left of Footy Park or Amy Stadium. As you can see, there's continual works happening around the oval with new apartments and buildings going in. So the Adelaide Crows were established in 1990 to then join the AFL in 91, but their first season in the SANFL was in 2014. Now for the notable players, obviously a lot of them play in the AFL anyway, so some players maybe that you've forgotten about is Jack Gunston and Billy Frampton. We made it to Port Adelaide. As you can see here, we've got a few of the SANFL Premiership Cups kind of through the glass there. Let's go check out inside. Port Adelaide are the oldest club in the SANFL, established in 1870, and they joined the SANFL in 1877. So they're one of the original teams in the competition. They've won 36 flags, with the most recent back in 1999. And now some players that you might have forgotten who used to play for Port are Dougal Howard and Jarman Impey. Got it. One club to go, number 10, Central Districts. Let's do it. We've done it. We're here. Let's go. So Central Districts were established in 1959. I believe they were kind of like a branch between Goulah and Salisbury to kind of represent the northern suburbs, but they didn't join the SANFL until 1964. They've also got the players, seems like a pretty common theme amongst the clubs. Found out as well, Shannon Hearn used to play for the Centrals. Interesting, because I always thought he was a WA boy. Central Districts were huge around 2000 to 2010. They had 9 premierships in 12 years, so massive club in that regard across that time. One of these ones again. Okay, cool. All right, last kick. That's it, that's the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. All 10 SANFL clubs in a little bit over 6 hours, more like 7. We got here in the end, so until next time, see you later.